This is Dr. Tim Stratton, who is an expert on Molinism. So tell me, what the heck is that, and why does that matter?
Yeah, Molinism is a crazy word derived from the last name of Luis de Molina, who was a Spanish theologian uh, around 500 years ago or so. And Molinism is really a way to reconcile God's sovereignty of all things, his predestination of all things, and human libertarian freedom, so that we are really responsible for our thoughts and actions, but God still gets to predestine things. And so it really, it's kind of the middle position in between Calvinism and Arminianism. I think it takes the best of both and gets rid of the problems with both. I think Molinism's probably true. So do you want me to explain what
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
a little
Tell me,
bit?
so how would you explain Molinism to some random person on the street?
Yeah, okay, well, I like to start with this, especially if I'm talking to Christians. And I'll say, hey, 1 Corinthians 10:13, God lets us know, or Paul tells us, I should say, that every time we're tempted to sin, God will provide us a way of escape so that we do not have to. So then I say, okay, I want you to think about your last sin. Don't worry, you don't have to tell me what it is, but think about your last sin. And now, okay, you got it? Okay, all right. Now, so God provided you a way of escape when you sinned so that you did not have to sin, right? Well, yeah. So that means you sinned, but you could have done otherwise. Now, that's not just free will, that's called libertarian free will. That's the strongest kind of free will you can have. And so that's the first step. As long as we have that, the ability to do otherwise, that's the first step of Molinism. The second step of what I call mere Molinism is this. When did God know that you would sin or take the way of escape? How would you answer that?
When would God know?
Yeah, when did he find out what you were going to do?
I think he knew that all along.
Yeah, he knew it all along, right? Because he's necessarily omniscient, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did he know it even prior to the foundations of the world, prior to saying, let there be, boom? Did he know how you were going to freely choose? If he did, that's called middle knowledge. And so you've got human libertarian freedom, the ability to sin or take the way of escape, and God's omniscience, which means that he knew how you would freely choose prior to creation. That's called middle knowledge. As long as you have libertarian freedom and divine middle knowledge, you've got what I call mere Molinism. So mere Molinism is, I believe, the biblical view.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You bet.